As the days gradually shortened and the crisp whisper of approaching cold filled the air, the forest began its transformation into a winter wonderland, a realm of frosted trees, hushed snowfall, and the mysterious twilight of impending night. In this season of change, nature prepared herself for the long, harsh slumber, and every rustle of wind carried a secret: winter was coming. In the heart of this enchanted forest, a cunning fox named Aurora sensed the shift with an instinct as old as the woods themselves. Aurora was not just any fox, she was renowned among the woodland creatures for her intelligence and quick wit. Her keen eyes observed details that others might miss: a subtle change in the scent of the air, the way the morning dew crystallized on the leaves, and peculiar footprints that appeared overnight in the soft, undisturbed snow. Each of these signs whispered a forewarning: a formidable winter storm was on the horizon. Aurora's journey began one frost-laden morning when she discovered a trail of mysterious, glimmering markings that led deeper into the forest. The delicate, almost ethereal glints of light caught her eye, stirring a sense of wonder and urgency within her. Something extraordinary beckoned from the unknown, a hidden sanctuary rumored among the forest denizens, a secret haven where warmth and refuge might be found in the face of winter's bitter grip. Her instincts urged her forward, and with a heart filled with both caution and curiosity, Aurora began to piece together the subtle clues left by nature. The sky itself seemed to conspire with the changing season. Streaks of pale blue and soft gray announced the approaching storm, while the howling winds hinted at the might of a brutal winter soon to descend upon the land. Under the growing gloom, the ancient trees stood as silent witnesses to the cycle of seasons, their branches slowly succumbing to the weight of the first snowflakes. As the forest edged into a state of anticipatory silence, Aurora felt a profound connection to every creature and every rustle in the undergrowth. In these quiet moments, she understood that winter was not merely an adversary to be overcome but a call to awaken a deeper sense of resilience and unity among the woodland inhabitants. With a determined glint in her eyes, she resolved to follow the hints scattered by the elements, seeking the concealed sanctuary that might offer shelter and hope when the ruthless winter winds roared. This was the beginning of a journey born from instinct and courage, a journey that would soon test her cleverness and lead her to uncover ancient mysteries hidden beneath the winter's veil. The call of winter was loud and unyielding, marking a time of challenge and transformation, and Aurora was ready to answer with every fiber of her being. The first drops of snow quickly escalated into a fierce winter storm that transformed the forest into a relentless realm of ice and wind. As Aurora prepared to continue her journey, the once familiar woodland had turned into an arena of nature's might. The chilling gusts whipped through the trees, twisting their branches into haunting silhouettes against the darkening sky. Every step became a battle against the merciless elements, forcing the clever fox to rely on her instincts and agility. Aurora pressed onward as the wind howled like a chorus of lost spirits. The snow, now swirling into a dense, impenetrable curtain, obscured her vision and made the path uncertain. Each gust carried an icy sting that seemed to strip away the warmth of her fur, yet it also imbued her with a fierce determination. Navigating through the blizzard, she recalled the lessons of past winters. In the heart of adversity, even the smallest creature could find the strength to persist. The forest floor, hidden under a thick layer of snow, was treacherous. Beneath the seemingly soft blanket lay tangled roots and hidden hollows, ready to trap the unwary. Every cautious step had to be calculated to avoid the pitfalls laid by both nature and the merciless storm. The brutality of the winter tempest was not only felt in the physical elements but in the quiet isolation it imposed. The usual symphony of the forest, the rustle of leaves, the chatter of woodland animals, was reduced to a distant, muffled echo. Even the majestic trees seemed to tremble under the assault of the relentless wind. In this sudden, oppressive silence punctuated only by the storm's fury, Aurora's alert ears caught the faint, almost imperceptible sounds of distress from other forest dwellers. The storm was not sparing anyone, and its violence threatened the lives of all who had taken refuge in nature's embrace. Amid the chaos, Aurora encountered obstacles that tested both her physical endurance and mental acuity. Ice began to form on low-hanging branches, turning them into potential traps that could snap under the weight of an unwary traveler. The biting cold invaded her every thought, urging her to find shelter as soon as possible. Yet, she knew that yielding to fear would only give the storm more power over her spirit. Trusting her inner guide, she navigated through steep, icy slopes and ducked under cascades of snow that fell in rapid succession. In the midst of these trials, the clever fox also found unexpected allies. A shivering hare darted across her path, seeking cover from the fierce winds, while a tiny field mouse clung desperately to a fallen log, its eyes wide with terror. With gentle caution, Aurora paused her relentless advance to ensure these companions found a safe haven amidst nature's wrath. Even in the heart of the winter storm, moments of compassion shone like fragile beacons of hope, knitting together the vulnerable lives of the forest creatures. Every challenge presented by the storm deepened Aurora's resolve. The elements, in their raw, unyielding power, were a stern teacher. The fiery determination that had once driven her towards a mysterious sanctuary now burned even more fiercely within her. With every gust of wind and every swirling flake of snow, she became more aware of the delicate balance between nature's cruelty and its hidden beauty. The storm, with all its terror and splendor, was forging a new chapter in her life, a journey not only of survival but of understanding the profound interconnection between herself and the natural world. As the tempest raged on, Aurora continued her cautious trek, her every instinct sharpened by the adversity around her. The relentless trial of the winter storm was just one step on a journey filled with uncertainty and wonder. Every peril faced under the tumultuous sky served as a lesson, preparing her for the hidden sanctuary that lay ahead, a sanctuary that promised warmth, unity, and the power to endure even the harshest winters. Guided by the vestiges of nature's subtle clues, Aurora embarked on a journey deeper into the forest, where every step revealed remnants of an ancient mystery. The storm had calmed its most violent outbursts, leaving behind a landscape etched with signs and symbols, a tapestry of nature's cryptic language that only a discerning mind like hers could decipher. As she advanced into the heart of the unfamiliar territory, the forest began to change. The thick, oppressive canopy that once blocked the pale winter light gradually gave way to delicate, interlaced branches that allowed slivers of sunlight to dance on a pristine carpet of snow. It was here that Aurora first noticed a series of unusual markers, slender, frost-covered twigs arranged in a deliberate pattern along the winding path, and a set of irregular imprints on the snow that hinted at the presence of something or someone moving with purpose. Each new discovery kindled Aurora's curiosity and determination. With her mind focused on the mystery, she recalled the whispered legends passed down through generations of woodland creatures, a hidden sanctuary where the warmth of an ancient hearth could defy winter's chilling bite. These legends spoke of a place imbued with an almost magical serenity, a refuge designed by nature itself to shelter those brave enough to seek it. Along her journey, Aurora encountered several other inhabitants of the forest, each one carrying fragments of lore that enriched her understanding of the hidden sanctuary. She met a venerable old badger, whose fur was as silver as the moonlight, and who recounted tales of the sanctuary's origin, a secret site where, according to ancient tradition, nature and magic converged in a silent covenant. The badger explained that the path to this refuge was marked not just by physical clues, but by the very heartbeat of the forest. He urged her to listen to the murmurs of the wind and the whisperings of the trees, which together served as a guide to the sanctuary's elusive entrance. Further on, a graceful doe crossed her path, her eyes reflecting an inner wisdom born of years braving countless winters. The doe spoke softly of mysterious shapes formed in the frost on the ancient stone walls scattered throughout the forest, shapes that, when observed correctly, formed a map pointing towards safety. The doe's words resonated with Aurora, deepening her resolve and sharpening her focus. It was as if the entire forest was conspiring in silent fellowship with her, each element contributing a small piece to the puzzle. Following the subtle cues, a slight bend in a frost-laden birch, the gentle murmur of a hidden brook partially muffled by ice, Aurora slowly began to piece together the path. The clues were enigmatic, blending seamlessly into the surroundings so that one had to trust their intuition and a finely honed perception to detect the true meaning behind them. The marks in the snow and the cryptic signals from the environment grew bolder as she pressed on, eventually coalescing into a clear yet magical directional guide. At one point, the path led her to a mysterious clearing, where ancient, towering trees stood in a tight circle. Here, the interplay of shadows and light created natural symbols on the ground, patterns that looked like intricate designs carved by time. Aurora crouched to inspect these patterns, her sharp eyes studying the nuances of each line and curve. It was as though nature itself had left a deliberate signature, a final riddle before the threshold of the secret sanctuary. Her heart pounded with both excitement and reverence, aware that such moments encapsulated the very essence of the forest's enigmatic allure. With every step, the journey became an exploration of both the external world and of her inner self. Aurora realized that the path was not just physical but a symbolic quest, one that tested her perceptiveness, resilience, and her ability to harmonize with the natural world. In this vast wilderness of frozen beauty and hidden meaning, she felt herself merging with the environment, each footprint she left a silent testimony to her resolve. Thus, the path to the secret sanctuary unfolded slowly, each twist in turn imbued with lessons of trust, insight, and collaboration between the creatures of the forest and the elements that governed their existence. The journey was far from over, but with every sign deciphered and every unexpected encounter embraced, Aurora moved one step closer to unlocking the ancient mystery that promised to reveal a haven beyond the terrors of winter. After days of traversing through enigmatic signs and fragile alliances with fellow forest creatures, Aurora finally reached the threshold of a mystery that had long captivated the whispers of the woodland. Her journey led her to a secluded glade, hidden beneath the arching boughs of ancient trees that seemed to guard nature's deepest secrets. There, nestled quietly between towering rocks and draped in a gentle curtain of ivy and frost, lay a cave entrance unlike any other, a portal to the hidden sanctuary. The entrance was guarded by an intricate array of weathered stone panels, their surfaces etched with cryptic runes and symbols. These ancient carvings told a story of primordial wisdom, depicting the eternal interplay between life, nature, and the elements. The symbols, worn smooth by the passage of countless winters, seemed to pulse with a quiet energy that resonated with the rhythm of the forest itself. Aurora's heart quickened as she approached the site, instinctively understanding that this was the culmination of the natural clues she had pieced together on her quest. Before the entrance, a series of stone slabs was arranged in a circular formation, each one bearing a unique emblem that represented a facet of the natural world: wind, water, earth, and fire. It quickly became apparent that these elements were not only symbolic but also functional, they formed part of an ancient locking mechanism. The clever fox realized that the carvings were, in fact, instructions for unlocking the door to the sanctuary. To activate the mechanism, one needed to align each stone precisely with the corresponding element's natural counterpart visible in the environment. Aurora set to work with a blend of calculated caution and innate grace. First, she observed the patterns of the wind, noting how gentle breezes flowed along certain lines carved into the stone. With delicate nudges using her nimble paws and careful observations, she rotated one of the slabs until the etched wind symbol perfectly captured the direction of the current. Next, she deciphered the water emblem, created to mirror the subtle ripples of a nearby, partially frozen brook. Aurora adjusted another slab so that the patterns matched the shimmering reflections on the icy surface. The task continued with the elemental representations of earth and fire. For earth, she tapped into the rich texture of the forest floor, guiding the rough-hewn stone into alignment with the natural patterns of moss and soil. The final challenge was the fire symbol, a tribute to the hidden warmth that lay within. Though fire in its literal sense was absent in the winter landscape, Aurora interpreted the symbol as an invitation to harness the inner flame of hope and resilience that burned within each creature of the forest. As the final piece clicked into place, a deep, resonant hum emerged from within the cavern, a sound that vibrated through the ground and sent shivers of anticipation up Aurora's spine. In response, the immense stone doors, long held in place by forces beyond the understanding of ordinary creatures, began to shift. Slowly, almost ceremoniously, they parted, revealing an interior bathed in a soft, otherworldly glow. The passageway beyond was lined with smooth, glowing crystals and walls that bore the vibrant imprints of ancient murals. These images told stories of harmony and refuge, portraying a legacy that had been safeguarded for generations. In that quiet, liminal moment between the fury of the winter storm and the gentle promise of sanctuary, Aurora felt both relief and a profound sense of accomplishment. The secret entrance was more than just an opening to physical shelter, it was a gateway to the sanctuary that embraced the spirit of every living thing in the forest. It stood as a testament to the interplay of nature's laws and the indomitable will of those who dared to seek hope amid the harshest challenges. Emerging from the threshold, Aurora sensed that the true adventure was just beginning. Beyond the door lay a realm where time seemed to slow, inviting all who entered to reconnect with the essence of life and the enduring power of the natural world. The secret entrance was not an end but a transformative beginning, one that promised new lessons, deeper bonds, and the continued pursuit of sanctuary in a world sculpted by both beauty and adversity. With the great stone doors slowly shutting behind her, Aurora stepped into a realm that felt like a hidden dream, a secret sanctuary carved out of nature's own design. The cavern beyond the threshold was bathed in a soft, ethereal light, as if the very heart of the forest pulsed here with life and hope amid the lingering chill of winter. The interior space was vast yet intimate, its walls lined with glistening crystals that emitted a gentle, steady glow. These crystals seemed to draw their warmth not from a flame but from an inner energy that had protected the sanctuary through countless winters. Inside, the air was remarkably tempered, a delicate balance of cool crispness outside and an embracing warmth that permeated every corner. The sanctuary boasted natural alcoves and winding tunnels, each revealing unexpected vistas, small underground groves where patches of resilient moss clung to life, hidden pools that mirrored the soft luminance from the crystal formations above, and ancient murals etched into the rock surfaces that told tales of bygone eras. These murals depicted scenes of unity among the forest creatures, a reminder that their struggles and triumphs were part of a larger, timeless narrative of nature's resilience. Aurora wandered slowly, absorbing every detail. With each careful step, she sensed that this place was more than just a refuge, it was a new beginning, a space sanctified by the very elements that had tested her spirit in the harsh winter outside. Here, the sanctuary was not merely a shelter, it was a haven of restoration, an invitation to breathe, reflect, and rebuild. The soft hum that had accompanied the unlocking of the entrance now resonated gently throughout the cavern, a steady heartbeat echoing the promise of safety and continuity. Before long, other forest inhabitants, driven by curiosity and the need for respite from the relentless cold, began to emerge from the snowy expanse. First came the timid hare and the cautious field mouse Aurora had encountered during the storm. They were soon joined by the wise old badger and the serene doe, along with many more creatures seeking refuge. Together, they formed a small community, each individual enriched by the collective hardships they had endured. In the quiet light of the hidden sanctuary, differences faded, and all found common purpose in their newfound safe haven. The sanctuary, it seemed, was more than a physical space, it was a living testament to the balance of strength and vulnerability. Here, under the gentle glow of ancient crystals, Aurora and her companions shared silent moments of reflection and celebration. They spoke through looks and tender gestures, a subtle communion that transcended words. The burdens of the brutal winter outside were eased by the calm and restorative nature of this inner world, nurturing a spirit of togetherness and hope. Aurora, ever the vigilant guardian, realized that the sanctuary's magic lay not only in its ability to shield them from the winter's harshness but also in its power to transform their struggles into wisdom. It was here that every creature could heal its wounds and gather the strength needed to face future challenges. The secret hideaway was a beacon of warmth amid the icy grip of winter, a promise that even in the midst of life's most relentless storms, a safe and loving home could be found. As the winter winds continued to rage outside, the creatures of the forest settled into their new haven. The sanctuary, with its blend of natural splendor and profound serenity, became a symbol of renewal and unity, a place where the spirit of the wild thrived, undeterred by the cold. And as Aurora curled up in a quiet corner, eyes half closed in contentment, she knew that this new home under winter's embrace was not an end, but the beginning of a more resilient and harmonious chapter in the eternal story of the forest.